Welcome to the Mindset with Mako podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Mako. Join me each week as we delve into the transformative power of mindset and learn from successful business owners, influencers, and inspirational people who have changed their lives through the power of their mindset. All right, welcome to the Mindset with Mako podcast. Today, I'm very excited about the guest we have on. She is one of the best trainers in the Burn Bootcamp world. And she's a close personal friend. She's helped me push myself really hard in the gym. And so I want to bring her in today to get to know her and her story. Welcome to the podcast, Cyd.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, I really appreciate you being here.
Yes.
You know what I love about you, Cyd?
What is it? Oh, no.
So at the gym, I feel like you really get the best out of people. Like that's the way I would phrase it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel like when people are around you and you're training them, this is what I felt with you anyway. It makes me want to push harder or be a little better, right? And really show up for myself. And I think that's why, I don't know, I think everyone at the gym gravitate towards you because it's authentic. I think there's like a fine line between being like that really aggressive, like trainer coach. That's a real turn off for me personally. But then also not being there at all. I think you have a very strong presence, an uplifting presence. And because of that, people want to do more.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was wondering about that. Like, cause people tell me that, like, you make me want to do it. And I don't know if it's because they believe that I think they can. So that's my question to you. Like, why do you think that is?
Because I think because you believe in me.
Really?
Right. Cool. Cause
that I do.
Yeah.
Good.
And it's genuine and I can feel it. Cause like sometimes we don't even believe in ourselves, right?
No,
like we showed up, we barely made it there. It's 6:30 a.m.
I know. I know. Really just walk in.
So
right?
it's on us because you say that a lot. You guys showed up today and we did, but you helped us wake up.
Yeah.
You helped us wake up and push harder. We're not just going through the motions. Anyway, right. I love that about you.
That's what I love about the Burn, because it's a group setting, but like because you could do the workout at home,
right?
But you need that energy.
Right.
So I'm always like, you know what? They come for the workout. The protocols, it's stinking hard.
Yeah.
Like it's going to push you, but the energy is key because that's going to keep you coming back. Is like, ooh, I like that feel.
Totally.
You know?
Exactly. And
I'm glad you like it.
No, really, you're
That's
awesome. Yeah. So I love it whenever I show up. I'm like, oh, I got Cyd today. They're all great. But you're my favorite.
Oh, you're so awesome.
So yeah, I want to get to know you a little bit on a deeper level.
Awesome.
Like, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? How was your childhood?
So I grew up in Lehigh.
Oh,
just
Lehigh
up the
girl.
street, okay? On a farm where Lehigh was nothing. I mean, honestly.
It was farms. I grew up in Provo, so we would play Lehigh in football. And
right, and you're like,
there's nothing.
I know. Yeah. It's like the Lehigh Roller Mills and the high school was it.
About it.
If someone in high school would have said there's going to be an Audi dealership and a hospital in Lehigh, I would have just laughed out loud because we didn't hang out in Lehigh, you know?
Yeah.
Like we left and went to American Fork to just get food. I mean, we didn't even have any fast food then. So Lehigh's changed so much, but I loved where I grew up. I lived just on 12th West, rode horses all the time.
So you're a farm girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. That's like Kim's dream. She wants to own a ranch with horses and ride horses. Yeah.
Oh, it's so much work. Tell her that. Like, it's amazing.
There are a lot of maintenance, right?
Oh, it's your life.
Yeah,
like
it has to be.
The horses don't go away. You know what I mean? So my suggestion, go away on like a ranch vacation and like experience it and then come back home.
Okay. Okay. Any tips? Hold on tight.
Oh, hold on tight. Oh, yes. Yeah. Don't kick the horse. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lehigh, I grew up in Lehigh.
Okay. And so you went to Lehigh High?
Yeah.
And
that's in 96.
Yeah, right? The pioneers, right? That's what I'm talking about. It is crazy how much Lehigh has changed in the last 10 years. Like, it's this huge tech hub now, right? It's the point of the mountain.
It's so, but it's amazing too. Like no wonder it's grown.
Right.
I mean, that's why my parents built their home. I mean, they've now since moved. They still live in Lehigh. But,
oh, nice.
I mean, they loved it because my dad worked in Provo, and it was like, ooh, we're on the outskirts, and he wanted horses, and so it was awesome. But
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. So did you play any sports in high school, or what were you like in high school?
Back in the day, like if you were an athlete, you could play anything. That's what was really nice. So as a female athlete, like I remember the day before volleyball tryouts, my friend Sarah was like, hey, let's go try out for the team. I'm like, okay. And we make it.
Nice.
And we did really well in state, and like, it was awesome. So, so I played volleyball, basketball, and softball in high school.
Wow. You were the trifecta.
Well,
so very active.
It was small, remember?
Yeah, it was small, but you didn't have to play all those sports, right?
No, I just loved it. I loved being active. I have an older brother, and he was an athlete.
Okay.
And then 2 older sisters too. But they were into other things.
Okay, sure.
And so I kind of felt like, with my brother being older, I can be another athlete too. So my dad was like, yay, we can go to more games. Was
there some competitiveness in that growing up with your older brother then? Because sports are very competitive,
I know. He's 5 years older than me. So it was like, he was done and gone by the time, you know what I mean? I was old enough. But growing up, I was on a lot of boys teams.
Okay. So I could see that. Keep up with the boys.
Yes.
I see those weights you're throwing up at the gym.
Back then. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Right? It's fun to push them a little. So I did. I grew up playing tons of sports. Still love to play sports. Like I took up tennis a few years ago. I love to golf. Like, I don't know.
Very active lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you've always been like that. Has that always been a big part of your life? Like health, fitness, like activeness?
Yes. I think, definitely. Like definitely growing up, but then even as an adult. I mean, I graduated from the U in exercise science.
Oh, so you majored in this?
I majored in it.
Oh,
this is my life.
Okay, I got you. It's all making sense now.
Yeah. But it was funny because going off of that, I wanted to be a paralegal when I went to college. Yes.
So did you want to go to law school then, or just a paralegal?
Kind of.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to be a paralegal. I can type really fast. So I was like, they can type, right. Anyways. So I went to school for that, and then 1 semester in, I'm like, probably not for me.
Good for you for making that call, by the way.
Well, it was really hard. And I thought, this is difficult. I want to be able to enjoy it. So I changed it to elementary ed and tried that for a little bit and got a little discouraged. And I remember talking to my dad about it, and he said, well, what do you like to do every day? Well, I work at the rec center. Like, I like to work out. I like, and he said, well, is there a degree in that? And I really didn't know that there was. And then I did more research, and I went up to the University of Utah and graduated from there. So in exercise science. So I feel like it's been a huge part of my life, even as an adult.
That's awesome. This sounds like a great dad. Like,
I know.
It sounds like he had the intuition to kind of just bring it down to the simplicity of it. It's like, what are you passionate about?
Yeah.
Right. And if you can instill a little part of your passion into what you do for a living.
Totally.
That's where I feel like all these doors will start just naturally opening up to you. Right.
Totally.
I feel like when you lean into what your passions are, not so much as far as like what's going to make me the most money one day or what's going to be a respected career. Right. Which, I mean, those have their place, I guess. But
and those
I feel like
important.
doing what you love, though, and what you're naturally drawn towards and passionate about, I think is.
And that's where you find true happiness. I feel like if you find your passion, you're happy living. And anyway, I mean, I'm not going to retire for like a long time, but I do feel like once you retire, you stop doing what you're passionate about. And that's where we lose our confidence and we aren't as happy. Although like you have money now to travel and like, I don't know. I just feel like it's super important to live a life where you do things that you're passionate about.
Totally. I think money is important, but it's absolutely not everything.
No.
I've been trying to focus more on like a mind, body, spirit kind of balance in my life, right? Because you can't really, and money falls in there, right? But like having that balance, I feel like is super important too, because health isn't just how you look and what your body fat percentage is.
No.
Health is what's up here. Health is what's out here with the words you say, the things you do, the things you consume.
Oh, totally. It's like, and if one of those 3 things, like what you're focusing on now, if one is, off kilter, it's interesting. It's like now it's a little bit heavier in these other areas. But if you can really balance, they all work really well together.
Right.
A lot of people ask me like, how do you just work out every day? And you've done this like your whole life. It's literally my medicine. Like it is medicine for my mental. And if I feel good, I feel like I look better. I just, cause you can see it. Does that make sense?
Well, you have more confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Because you feel good. So you'll look good and you'll feel, you just.
And it really doesn't matter like what you literally look like.
Sure.
But you look lively. You look happy.
I think the way you feel definitely trumps the way you look.
Totally.
100% in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love
all that. Like, I love that you're working on that too.
I am. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, it's been a bit long. I've always been active. I played football in high school, things like that. Okay. But, and I went through a little bodybuilding phase in my early 20s, you know, as most men do, I'm sure.
Right.
Let's get jacked. And then I really let my health slip because I was really just hyper focused on my career and making money. Yeah. And that's been like the last 3 or 4 years of my life. Okay. And it's been good on some levels, a lot of very blessed, but really bad on other levels. Right. And my health and my fitness overall, mental, physical, everything kind of took a back seat. So
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because like looking at that, like that's probably someone's goal. Like, ooh, my goal is to be successful in this, but it's interesting. Like you really, like all 3 of those areas need to go with you along.
Right.
You know?
Totally. So
even if you have all the money in the world, if we're not healthy to enjoy it,
or if you die early because like you're so like you just neglect your body and what you eat and water, basic things that our body needs.
You don't feel good.
You don't feel good. Yeah. No. So that's a shame. One of the things that really has like rang true to me that you like to say a lot in the gym. Really? Is
I know. I don't even know what I say.
I love your lines.
I'm not even kidding.
Your one-liners are good.
I need to like record what I say.
You should write them down.
I have no idea. They just kind of come out. So this is interesting.
One of my favorite, when you say, if you're uncomfortable, this is where change happens. If it hurts, you're getting uncomfortable, that is where change happens. Right?
That's cool.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's so true. And those are the things that I'm just like, you're right. This hurts, but I need to lean into it because it's going to help me change. Right. Mm-hmm. And it's true. And not just physically, but mentally, spiritually. Sometimes we have to lean into our adversities and to the pain a little to reap the benefits and become stronger. Right.
Yeah. And become more confident.
Right.
You know, I see that every day. I see that like people literally look at me like, I can't do that. Or I am so scared to jump onto that box. Like I can't not do this. And I'm like, no, I promise you can. Like you are clearing it by 3 inches, you know, and then they do it. And it's that block, I feel like that roadblock that like, it sounds so, you know, simple. It's like, okay, it's a box jump, big deal. It's 20 inches, but it's literally, you see it. I saw it happen just, when was it? Monday. Like her mind, you could just see her mind open to all these possibilities. Mm-hmm. If I can do that, and I literally thought I couldn't. Okay. Like it's so awesome.
And that bleeds into every aspect of your life.
Exactly. Of those roadblocks that you're like, I can't do this.
It's a mental block.
Do that. It's a mental block.
A self-limiting belief.
Cool?
We all have them, right?
Oh yeah. We all have them.
And sometimes we need a coach or a mentor or a Cyd to tell us you can do this, or to hand you a much heavier dumbbell, right?
And say, you can do that. I'll spot you.
Yeah.
Right?
I got your back.
I'm not going to just like,
all right.
I mean, sometimes I might be like, literally, put down the 10s. Did you know that I hid a bunch of 10 pounds?
No way.
Yesterday.
Did you really?
I did.
Good.
In the laundry room.
Good.
Because people were doing exercises with these 10s. And we have 10s for certain exercises. Don't get me wrong. Sure. But like, I really did. I hid some.
Good for you.
And I was like, I hope no one noticed. But anyways, because I really feel like we are really stronger than we give ourselves credit for.
Totally.
So anyways.
I love that.
Jen texted me later. She's like, do you know where all the 10s are? I'm like, yeah, behind the dryer. Like,
behind
isn't
the
that
dryer.
funny?
What did she say?
She was like, oh, that's awesome. She goes, actually, I saw something in there and I thought, like, why are they in there? Did someone, I don't know, throw up or something on them? Like,
are they dirty? Do they need to be cleaned?
I'm like, no, I just hid them.
No, I was just pushing everyone to be a little better.
I know,
right?
Funny? They
can do it. I mean, really the difference between like 10 to 20 pounds,
right?
It's not that much.
No. Even if you try to do 20, then just drop to the 120. Like I'm always like, do 3 with 20s. Right. Let's see what you can do.
Let's start dabbling into that.
Yes.
Why do you think you're so passionate about helping people exceed that self-limiting mindset?
it's addictive for me. Like it's a rush. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline. I like adrenaline.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I don't know what I'm saying at the gym necessarily. When I'm telling you guys, like the little saying you just told me, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't remember saying that, but
because you're so in your zone.
I'm just like, it's
your element.
It is so cool. And I had someone tell me the other day, it was such a great compliment. She's like, you were made for this. Yeah. And I was like, wow, you're right. Because this is so addictive. So,
I feel that.
Really?
Have you ever seen Tony Robbins talk in person?
No.
Okay. Well, it's way different in person. Not that it's not great. I'm sure over audio. The dude can control a room of like 300 people. It's insane, his energy. And I think that's what you do in the gym though. That's awesome. Right. And I don't think the amount of people matters, right? Whether it's 20 people or 300 people. Yeah. When someone can control a room and their presence, like that energy is felt through everyone, that's special. It is. You are made for that. I think people see that in other things too, like when someone plays the piano or something like that, right? You play music too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up singing, so I love the stage. Like I dreamed of being a singer. You like performing? I do love performing. I love performing too. I was in a band when we were first married. Like we loved that. And it's kind of funny. I've actually thought about this lately, that being a trainer at Burn is similar to being on stage, because it's that adrenaline, I think. It is to perform. And the impact. Yes. Yeah, it's a different, it's performing in sports, performing in music, performing in whatever it is, right? So I don't know. It's just where I love to be. So it's good. Do you still play music? So were you the lead singer of that band? I was a backup. Oh, okay. Yeah, of a little bluegrass band called Mind's Eye. But all of our stuff was original. Like it was awesome. We opened for like Peter Breinholt one year, which was a big deal. Do you know who that is? Like I don't. An old honestly. Like Utah guy, Utah local musician. Famous guy. Okay, cool. Back in like the 90s. But anyways, I loved it. Like it was fun. But I do sing a little. I was like, gosh, since training though, I've lost my voice a little. Oh yeah? So you think it's because you're using it so much? Yes. I yell at people a lot. So yeah, you shout. I do. I shout at you. It's okay. No, I'm like, I need to protect my voice box a little bit. But so what's your jam right now though? What are you driving in the car and still singing at the top of your lungs currently? Oh my gosh. I love the band Kane. Okay. You know who they are? I've heard of them, but I'll be honest with you. I don't, there's a couple Christian accounts that I follow. I think they play their stuff. Yeah, they're awesome. On Instagram. Yeah. It's like a guy and two girls. I don't know if they're related, but their harmonies are just impeccable. Gosh, well, actually last night was AC/DC. Nice. I like all genres. I honestly love reggae. I love old country. I'm surprised you said AC/DC. Really? Because you hate the rock playlist at the gym. Right. I've heard you express your anxiety for that. Is that just not your music when you're trying to get in the zone? Well, I like 3 songs. Okay. And then all of a sudden the graveyard, running through the graveyard is what I picture comes on, like someone running from someone that's just like has a knife. Go. Like we're next. Okay. But I do love like good rock, yeah. I mean, Metallica, I love that stuff. Yeah, you guys play. It's a little crazy. It is. It can be a little intense for sure. I'm a fan. That one and like the emo pop punk one is probably my favorite one. I'm totally going to put those on then. Yeah. When you're there. Yeah. I'll be like, You guys play 3 Linkin Park songs and that's my favorite band. Oh, really? Yeah. I love Linkin Park one of the finishers, I think it was like it 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, this is it. I went next and you were like, no, you didn't next it. I don't think you. No, it went on. But then after you were like, "Oh, turn this one down," when we were done. I was like, no, it's okay. Next time I won't. Because they do come on a lot. Yeah, yeah. I love Linkin Park. That's my band. Maybe I just had it. Yeah. Maybe I was just like, yeah, a little too much rock. Yeah, yeah. That's so funny. But I do love all genres. I really do. Cool. I could listen to anything. I love that. When people are like, "What's your favorite song?" I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're killing me!" Like I can't.
It's impossible for you to.
Impossible. Do you have a favorite song?
No,
like, that's hard.
I can't pick just one. If you give me like favorite artists, I could probably give you two.
Who are you?
Linkin Park. That's been instilled in my blood for the rest of my life. But Frederick Chopin. He's a classical performer, I'm sure, or classical composer from the 18th century. He's way dead.
Oh, way dead.
Anyway, he was in the Romantic era, and his stuff it's very deep. Has a lot of emotions. I'm sure you've heard of some of the staples.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll make a Burn playlist of classical music.
That'd be awesome. And we'll be the only ones that enjoy it, but it'll be fine.
No, people will be falling asleep.
Be awesome.
You'd be like, next.
Do you like Broadway musicals?
I struggle with musicals. Breaking out in song just sometimes does. I have a couple that I'm like, okay, that's a good musical.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite.
It's not your favorite. Okay.
No, I don't hate it though. Do you like Broadway?
I love musicals too.
What's your favorite Broadway show?
Well, Hamilton. I mean, have you seen Hamilton?
I have seen snippets of Hamilton because my sisters are obsessed with Hamilton.
Are they obsessed?
So it looks great.
They're amazing. I mean, I've seen it too many times. It's embarrassing at this point.
I love it. Yeah.
It's good.
Awesome. So what led you to, how long have you been at Burn? I've always wondered, like, how much experience do you have really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I found Burn in Tennessee. Oh. So we lived in Memphis over quarantine, not on purpose.
I was going to say intentionally or no?
No. My husband got a job there with Terminix, and that's where their headquarters is. And so he moved there in like October-ish. And then the kids and we moved in March.
Cool.
And so we moved the day before the earthquake.
Oh my goodness. In Magna? That one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was in Magna.
So it was like right after, that one Jazz game was canceled because of everything was coming down. We're like, well, we got to go. I remember thinking like, can we fly? Because the world was starting to start to freak out with COVID.
It was. That was quite the buildup there.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So we drove across the country, and then it was COVID. And I tried to work out on my own a little bit, but I definitely baked a ton. I learned how to make homemade donuts.
The best cookies.
Like COVID, normal
COVID stuff.
15, 20 pounds.
Yep.
And so then in January of that next year, we came back to Utah for the holidays.
Okay.
We went snowboarding.
Nice.
And I fell a couple of times and I'm like, you are kidding me. Like, I can't get up. My body hurts. My knees hurt. My gut's in the way. Like, my weight is holding me back from what I love to do. Mm-hmm. And it really hit me. So I went back to Tennessee when we went back. And I'm like, okay, that's not okay. Like, I got to find something.
Wake up call.
A friend told me, you got to go check out Burn Bootcamp, because there was one in Collierville, Tennessee, where I worked or where I lived.
Gotcha.
So I started there as a member.
I see. But you grew up here in Utah, so went to Tennessee, and then you came back, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So we've been back to Utah. We moved back last summer.
Okay.
So then when I moved back, I'm like, yay, there's one in Orem. So I drove down to Orem every day. Mm-hmm. Can you believe that?
Is that how you met Heather?
That's a big deal. Yes.
She goes to the Orem.
Oh, totally.
Or went to the Orem.
Yeah. Yeah. She trained there.
Yeah.
Right. And I drove down every day. And then Jared, did you ever meet Jared?
No, but I've heard of him, and I think I've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, he was awesome. Anyways, he's like, Cyd, you look like you know what you're doing. Like, well, kind of, Anyways, so then he's like, I want you to go get recertified, because mine had expired, because I hadn't done any personal training for quite a few years.
How difficult is that, getting that recertified?
It's a big test.
Okay.
Textbooks like this takes about 6 months to study, most likely. Okay. And then it's a chunk of change, so you don't want to waste it. Yeah. You want to pass. So you got to get your certification.
Gotcha.
So I started working on that, and then he said, we're going to open one in Highland. I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Sold. Okay.
Sold. So I was a believer in Burn way before I trained there. And I actually, when I worked out there in Tennessee, I'm like, I could totally work for them, because I love the science behind it all. It's not trendy. Mm-mm. It's not, hey, we're going to teach you the latest. It's like, no, we're teaching you to work hard and, feed your body fuel so you can come in and work hard. I love that. That's what I learned in college. That's science. So
yeah, totally.
So I liked it.
I love that. I mean, kind of where you came from as far as like, you realized in COVID, it was just, you just were unhealthy and you couldn't move and you weren't as strong as you used to be. Right.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of us went through that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think,
and decided
definitely
you wanted to make a change. Right.
You know, what's interesting though, is because we all go through that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we're healthier than other times. It was funny listening to myself. I started to say like, it's okay. Like, this is the new me. And I remember my kids would lay on me and they're like, Mom, you're so comfy. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'm meant to be comfy. Like, no, but really you start to think like, it's okay to be this way. It's okay. I don't know. Like, we just give ourselves excuses to being unhealthy. And I realized that, but I'm not happy that way. Right. I really wasn't living up to my full potential of like, I don't know, not that I'm going to be this beast mode or I have these crazy goals or literal movement.
Right.
And just
movement, healthiness, feeling good, energy.
Those are the things that should be our goals, not other extremes.
Yeah. All the other extremes as far as like, you know, what your body should look like. Right. Yeah. No, I mean, absolutely. I would say that is absolutely the thing that I focus on the most. Cause like, don't get me wrong. I want to look good and feel good in my clothes, but at the same time, like whether I have energy to go do something or mow the lawn or shovel the snow, it's like, that's when the basic daily things that I should be able to do. I feel like God gave us this body to like, you know, use. So it's like, we got to use it. Yeah. To move. Yeah.
It's like today I filled up, we have 2 dogs and, I filled up their dog bin of food and it's a 40-pound bag, you know, and I haul it in the house and I literally thought, what if I wasn't strong enough to, I don't know, like it's so important to be strong.
Totally.
Like you really think about, I mean, I wouldn't be able to haul that in there. And it's just like, I don't know, everyday living that it's good for.
Or carry your children.
Yes.
Right? How many kids do you have?
4. I don't carry any of them anymore.
No?
The youngest is 11.
Okay.
But,
so they're carrying you now.
Yeah. Seriously.
Boys?
They're actually almost as tall as me. Well, my 2, so Avery, she's 18. She's almost 19.
Cool.
She's in college. And then Hank is 16, Luke is 14, and Jake is 11. So Hank and Luke are taller than me. And Jake's like right to my nose. I'm like, oh no, they're all passing me.
No, they're going to gang up on me.
Yeah, I can't carry them anymore.
So have they followed in mom's footsteps? Are they also very active and sports driven or what are they into?
Totally.
Yeah.
Like Avery, she's studying exercise science.
Cool.
Yeah, in college.
Oh, wow, same
she wants
thing.
to be a trainer. Like,
love it.
Makes me so happy. And it's funny, I was surprised that she wanted to do that because I haven't really pushed that on her at all. But she definitely works out for the same reason I do. It's for mental health.
Totally.
It's clarity. It's, I don't know, it's just good for us. So I love that she's kind of.
Has she gone to Burn?
Yeah.
Oh, she's been there? Okay.
And she goes to the one in St. George because she's down at college down there. So she loves Burn. It's so cute. And then, you know, the boys are all into sports and that. So they're definitely active and.
Nice.
Yeah. And now Rich is working out at the gym. My husband, that's a big deal.
He's been there a few times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen him. I don't know if that's the person who I'm thinking of, but you have to show me a picture.
He's missed the last couple days.
It's okay. It happens.
But I'm so proud of him because, I mean, for years I've worked at a gym and he always wanted to do outside, let's go hiking or let's do this or that. And I'm like, no, the gym helps you to do those things.
Right.
Like we can't go hiking every day.
It's just impossible.
We're not.
But when you choose to wake up and you want to go on that hike, you'll be able to.
Or when your friend's like, hey, we're going to go on a trip and we're going to be walking 8 miles a day. And like, oh, well, I'm ready for that.
Right. I can do that.
The gym helps to, it's preventative in a way.
It is preventative. Yeah, I know what you mean. It gets you ready also for adventure, right? That's why we wore our Nikes today.
No, you never know. Never know if we need to go running. So.
Yeah. Have you done any kind of big hikes or like international like things that would exert you physically?
I would love to. This is okay.
What's the dream?
Well, this is my dream in college. This is hilarious. I went to Dixie for like a short time And my roommate and I, this is like a long time ago. So I think people do that now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But, 25 years ago or whatever, we wanted to ride our bikes. One of us on a bike, one of us running from St. George to Lehigh.
Wow.
Isn't that funny? Like I wanted to let's see what that's like. Let's see if we really could do it. Isn't that hilarious?
You never did it though?
I need to do it.
You need to do it.
I need to do it.
Get your other two friends. Say we're doing this.
Let's do this.
Just call them up.
But that was like our goal. So anyways, that's like a random tangent, but because that's what I think it'd be cool to see what you can do.
Right.
What is it? The Machu Picchu? Like, have you done anything like that? I haven't.
I'm Peruvian, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I have done Machu Picchu.
Really?
Yeah. I was born in Peru, but raised in Provo.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's so
Soy
cool.
Peruano.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that to me would be, is that a difficult hike?
So I took the bus to the base. Okay.
That's okay. Okay.
This was a long time ago. I could hike it now though.
Yes, you could. I know you could.
But so no, it wasn't difficult, but you're still at a really high elevation. So like it exerts you like in your lungs and you can't breathe after walking. Like, I don't know. I mean, for me, it was like 50 feet and I was like, but it's also very vertical too.
Right.
So you're kind of going up and down doing box jumps on steroids, basically. It's crazy. It's gorgeous. It's
that would be so.
It's definitely one of those things that like, you don't really know how this place was really made. Cause
right. Like how
how is the technology you would have needed to like fit these huge stones and stuff. Anyway, highly recommend Peru.
See, that would be fun. Like it would be, I don't know. I've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've hiked the Eiffel Tower. That's not really a hike, but
have you done Temp?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I would say that's not an easy one.
One and done. I'm never doing that again.
That's so funny. Kim said the same thing.
Are you serious?
She's a big hiker.
And she said one and done.
One and done. She said, nope, my knees almost like died.
No. I literally, so we get to the top. I totally miscalculated our time. We wanted to see the sunrise. Well, we get there at like, I don't know, 4:30.
Yeah.
So sunrise is going to happen in, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And it's cold. And so we're all in fetal position. I think we were snuggling with another 30 people. It was over Labor Day, probably 7-8 years ago. And I was like, I'm going to die here. I'm going to die here. Like call in a helicopter. Like it
was that bad.
It was that bad. It was that bad. I mean, it probably wasn't that bad, but
it felt that bad.
And then, so I just was like, I'm good. I don't think I'll ever do that again. So maybe Machu Picchu's a little big
yeah.
for me,
And the food will be awesome. But yeah, it's a 1 week hike, or like 5 days ish. Yeah. Kim wants to do that. It's called I should know this. I'm proving, the Inca pathway or trail, something like that. Anyway,
is it popular?
It's guided.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. And you spend like 2 or 3 nights camping to get there. So Kim wants to do that. She's super adventurous. Yeah. She's a big traveler. So I've been kind of just doing a little traveling myself. Like, okay. But she hasn't done Machu Picchu. So when she says she wants to go do it, we want to do it that way. So,
that is so awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Yeah. I do like adventures like that. I want to do the Grand Tetons. My husband and I met in Jackson Hole. So Jackson's we love Jackson. And that one I think is also that way. Like you get to that lower saddle and like you camp along the way. Like you can't do it.
Right.
Obviously in 2 days. It takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you'll be ready because you'll be hitting Burn Bootcamp.
I know. Sheesh. We should be ready for everything.
What was your husband's name?
Rich.
We got to get Rich there.
I know.
Yeah. I'll be his accountability buddy.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
He needs that because I don't want to push him. It's hard.
It's hard. I will admit though, there are certain days I skip on purpose. Burst isn't my favorite.
Now that I know that, I will personally invite you. Yeah.
It just hurts my feet. I think I've told you about it.
Oh yeah.
Like all the jumping and stuff. Am I the only one?
You know what? Yes.
I am.
Kim. Well, Kim told me because she came. She came to Burst. I'm like, where is everyone? Because you guys always come together.
Yeah.
She's like, their feet. I'm like, that's right. You've told me about that.
So I just hit Vasa that day,
That's okay.
I still try to stay active and do something.
Okay.
Do
just
some
movement.
Exactly.
And it's okay to not like everything.
Right.
That's just the trainer in me.
Yeah.
Because people will say, okay, what should I do? Like, tell me the best thing. But should I work out in the morning? Should I work at the night? Like, is this better? Is that better? And I'm like, honestly, do whatever you will stick to.
Yeah.
I don't, like, I'm not going to tell you, yep, cycling is where it's at.
If you don't like cycling,
you're not going to do it.
Exactly.
So I'm always like, you do. So it's okay if you missed burst. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you. But like, it literally is like, you do what you like to do when it comes to exercise, because this is a long-term thing.
Totally.
It needs to be, like, we're going to live a long time. So we got to stay active.
Yeah. Or at least we hope to live a long time.
Well, yeah. Well,
the decisions we make now, right, will affect you. Not 2 weeks from now, not 2 years from now, but 20 years from now.
You're investing in yourself today.
Totally.
I always tell people that too, like, just with costs of a gym membership.
It's not a cheap membership.
No, it's not. No. But like co-pays and medications and hospital visits and PT and like all those things, so expensive. So do you want to prevent, do you want to spend your money now and invest, or do you want to spend it later?
Well, I think it's about, because in life's always going to be hard. I think it's about choosing your hard.
Totally.
Either because waking up in the morning, getting your butt to burn, getting there and doing all the movements, that's hard. But so is the opposite.
Feeling like
letting yourself go, eating unhealthy weight, right? So choose your hard. They're both hard.
They are, huh?
So which one do you want to, end up with, right? Yep. I think I love that. Life's never going to be easy, but it can be simple if you choose, I think, the right hard. Right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live by that for sure, because all of it is hard. So, but I do anything that like helps me feel good. I really,
Totally.
So if I really do think, ice cream is going to help me feel good, I'm going to have a bowl.
Right. Well,
it's okay.
You can have moderation's fine,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
But I think to indulge in every, what's the word I'm looking for? Like temptation or every single craving you have, that's where, it can become an issue, because people cope with food. I know I do.
Oh, me too. Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, wow, I have eaten more cornbread this week. I love cornbread.
You make it yourself?
So no. Oh, no. I mean, I can, but that like takes too long.
Where do you get your cornbread then?
I get it from Smith's.
They got good cornbread? Okay. Shouldn't have told me that.
Little container. It's so good. But anyways, but I find that I'll find myself thinking, okay, why am I needing this? Mm-hmm. What is it? And I think I was sad about something. Mm-hmm. And so it's always, it comes back to my emotional health. So I'm like, 100%. Okay, that's funny. And so as long as like I pin that and say, okay, I'm craving this because I'm sad. Okay, well, what will help me not feel sad? Because this cornbread's not going to fix it. Then it's like, oh, well, I'm going to have my cornbread as I think about this.
Sure.
But now I'm going to go help myself not be sad by fixing whatever's
right. But you're becoming more aware, at least.
Yes,
even though
intention.
You eat the cornbread, girl, it's fine.
Right.
But at least what you did, I think you broke the cycle. You stopped, at least externalized that emotion.
Totally.
And said, I'm not hungry. It's just because I'm sad or I'm stressed or I'm bored. Right.
No, really.
And whether you made that decision or not, if to actually, indulge in that temptation, then it doesn't really matter, because at least you're pausing for a sec. Because if you keep breaking that cycle, eventually you'll be like, no, I mean, this cornbread's not going to do it for me. If I'm bored, I'm going to go play some piano. Or if I'm sad, I'm going to go maybe talk to a friend.
Yes.
Totally. If I'm stressed, maybe I need to go hit
the
Burn.
piano again. Like, usually if I'm playing the piano, my family knows, she's, it just is so soothing, and I don't know. It just is like a place I can go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, an outlet, an emotional outlet. What do you like to play?
Oh my gosh. I have this like patriotic medley I love.
Okay.
It's awesome. I don't even know what it's by. I have no idea. Like it has like 3 songs in it, and it's really hard. I've made it through the 2 first songs in the medley, and then I get to the 3rd, and I know you play by ear. You're saying I do too. And so it changes chords and I don't change it. I'm just like, no, this sounds better. So it's hilarious.
Gotcha.
I need to work on that one.
Yeah. Wait, so what is it, like America the Beautiful, or like what's the medleys? Star Spangled Banner? It
starts with Star Spangled Banner.
Okay.
And then it goes to My Eyes Have Seen the Glory. Anyways. I don't know that song. And then it goes America the Beautiful at the end. Cool. So it's so awesome. Like it builds.
I love that.
But I gotta, and every year I'm like, I'm going to master it.
Yeah.
For the 4th of July. And
you can do it. There's still time.
I do.
Do you have the sheet music?
Huh? Totally do.
But how's your sight reading then?
So great.
Oh, it's so great? Okay.
Yeah, so great. I
Gotcha.
just get sometimes lazy if it's too hard. Then I'll play it the way I can instead of being like, dang it, I cannot hit that run. So I'll just
simplify
it and
simplify like the left hand or stuff like that. Anything crazy.
I do. Yeah, I don't know. I have a bunch of sheet music I pull out.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's good.
But yeah, point of that is the need is real, right? But the way we cope with it isn't always the best.
Yes.
So, right.
And be aware of that. Like I would rather have my cornbread like sliced in half, warmed up with butter and enjoy it because I want the cornbread. Not, oh my gosh, I just ate the whole thing.
Right.
And it did it taste good? I don't remember. Like that's when I know, Cyd, you're not enjoying this food that you love. There's something else going on. So
I love that.
You know?
Yeah, no, totally.
Then it's like, okay, what is this? What's attributing to this?
Right. Well, it's that
emotion.
Exactly. I think it's that emotional intelligence too, which is also part of your health, right? It all plays into it, right? And then you eating the cornbread plays into your physical health and emotional, right? It's all mind, body, and spirit, right?
All one thing.
We're just complicated sometimes. We're a little too hard on ourselves. And I think that's one of the things I love the most about how you run your camps and just the whole overall premise of Burn Bootcamp is like, you don't have to be perfect to be here.
No.
We don't have mirrors because we don't care what you look like.
Yeah.
We care about the way you're showing up and you pushing yourselves to new, heights.
Totally.
Which
that is it. And isn't that so much more empowering?
Absolutely.
Right? Like there's times where like I'll tell members, I'm like, okay, I have to tell you, when you were doing those mountain climbers on the ledge, do you know what your shoulders look like? She's like, I have no idea. I'm like, they look incredible.
I love that.
And like, she's like, she didn't even know that because she's focused on what she feels like. She knows she's getting better at it because she can do them faster. She can come up on the ledge and do a high tuck. Like,
totally.
So it's so awesome that there aren't no mirrors.
No.
Because it's way bigger than that.
Right.
It's so much bigger. If you feel good, you look better. So that's what we focus on. I do have a lot of people that are scared to come. They're like, it's too hard. You hear boot camp, you're like, yes, ma'am,
Right.
But don't you think that everybody could be there and we can modify and change and like we take you where you are and go from there?
Right.
Do you feel that way?
Absolutely. Like I was modifying a ton of stuff, or it's funny you talk about box jumps because for the first time I did the tall box jump, not the small one. The small one I was smoking, and then Kim goes up and does the tall one, and she pushes me a lot too. I love her.
I love it. I love that she does that.
The whole episode on Kim.
Yeah.
And I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. Right. And so she inspired me, and I tell her that I was like, you inspire me.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you help me be better. Right. And so I think it's cool to have your spouse there. Why do you think more guys don't come to Burn? Today I was the only one there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. And there was only one guy in the one after.
Yeah.
Too.
The few, the proud.
Why. I don't know why. I know there's a few that come that are like, they were nervous that there wasn't heavy enough weight. I'm like, oh, we got the weight. Don't you?
Bro, they've got
like
75.
We got hundreds coming.
Oh, good.
Like like it's okay. I don't know. I just think they think like group setting, it's like aerobics or something. I mean, you don't see a bunch of guys in an aerobics class at the gym, right?
Sure. I don't know. I've never been to one, so you're probably right.
Exactly. So I'm like, I just think they're not used to that. But man, we have some guys in there that like, they've told me this is harder than like what I could do on my own.
That's what I tell all my buddies.
You know?
Yeah.
Where are your buddies?
They're too cool. They're too macho because they just want to strut around and lift heavy weights, right? At the gym. They don't even. Yeah.
This is the thing though. How long are they at the gym?
Probably actively working out, maybe
Legit.
20 minutes, but they're there for an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's hilarious. I'm like, are you working out efficiently or are you working out hard? Like, or actually not hard. Like
conveniently or hard. Right.
Like, come and do this for 45 minutes.
There's a difference between going through the motions and really pushing yourselves. And I think that's what Burn does really well. All the coaches and you yourself included is you push people further than they would have if they were there alone. Like when I go to Valsa alone, I don't have sit there going like, let's go 15 more
you got
seconds.
15 seconds, give me 2 more.
Exactly.
You know, you would have stopped.
It's like, I would be the same answer way. This text, do this thing, right?
Totally.
Yeah, you know, there's the big difference. So that's why I show up to Burn, because I get pushed further than I would on my own.
Yeah.
And I like the group setting because I played sports.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we're all kind of a team here.
Yep.
And we're all kind of pushing each other and trying to be better. We have
this challenge to get through.
Yeah, like let's do this, right?
I totally agree. And it's hard enough at every level, whatever your level at. It's hard enough where you kind of need someone else. Like I'm really like today, especially leg day, I was like, I need a high five from you and you.
Yeah,
like
I was throwing them out too.
I was, I needed like, come on. We're almost done. We can do this. Totally. So,
yeah, no,
I'm so glad you love it.
I do. I think it's fine. It's sure it's female heavy, but I don't care. I mean, like, I try to get my guy friends out there, but I met Kyle for the first time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's so funny.
Finally connected.
He's comical.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. We're wondering. I'm like, where are all the men? They're scared of us, Right. Like, come try this.
Yeah, because I mean, and I feel like the not enough weights is almost like a bad excuse too.
Oh, totally.
Just because that's not what all fitness is about. I want big muscles, but I also want to be able to like hold a squat.
Yeah. Functional fitness.
Do functional fitness, right? Do push-ups, pull-ups, things like that will actually. Functional fitness help me function.
Carry a 40-pound bag of dog food in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's hilarious, and not to like diss guys.
That's okay. We can take it.
Go, no, not guys, but like just go pump iron. I mean, usually it is literally waist up. Maybe even I would say rib up. Just kidding.
Rib up, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like all about chest and upper body,
day every day,
biceps.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so how are your deltoids? And they're like. So I just think functional fitness in general is like, that's going to be what you're going to use every day. Cause you don't walk around and be like, all right, let me see, what can I curl? Like,
let me see what my biceps can lift today.
Like, I'm going to help you move just a second. Like, no, you're going to have to squat and lift the piano.
Squat down, deadlift it up.
That,
right. Exactly. Functional fitness.
It's just, so I kind of want to challenge all those gym guys. Come and try a burn, because I think they would be, I don't know. Anyways.
You should do a guys train free day or something like that. I guess they all have buddy passes already still, right? But I don't know. Maybe.
But still, if we kind of named it that though, it'd be like, all right.
Totally.
Because that would be so awesome. There's been a couple of camps where we've had tons of men.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my dream to be like,
let's go, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You need 260s, they're like, okay. So
totally.
It's fun.
Yeah. I love that. How do you think Burn has, changed your life? Like, how has it affected your life? I know.
I think about that. Well, I have reached goals physically in the last 2 years that I really kind of thought, like, I don't know, after you have so many kids, it's like pre-baby weight. Was there one? I don't know. But now it's like, wow, I am like literally so close to pre-baby weight. That's so awesome that it took a lot of hard work, but really just consistent, being super consistent, going 3 to 4 days a week to the gym. If I eat like crap, then I don't do well in the gym. So that's changed my eating.
Yeah.
Because the gym, the workouts are difficult. So
so your body needs the right fuel.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like I'm drinking more water than I ever have,
totally.
Things like that. So for me personally, it's totally changed. Like it's my dream workout. personally, but then training for them is like this
whole new level.
We talked about it, like just that adrenaline, sharing what I love with everybody there, you know, and pushing them, and it's just awesome.
Right.
Like it's such a positive place. My other job, I do lashes. I don't know if
you do? Like
yes.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So hit up Cyd for lashes.
What was that?
Hit up Cyd for lashes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Actually, don't. I'm booked. Just kidding.
Books are closed.
It's so awesome to be like yelling, pushing, loud music, energy. Oh my gosh, seeing people like, you know, accomplish something they didn't think they could.
Right.
And then I go home and I snuggle with my dogs and I do lashes, and it's like calm and still, one-on-one. Like, so anyways, Burn was like, because I was doing lashes full time.
Gotcha.
Like for a few years. That's why I hadn't trained. And it's interesting. I'm like, gosh, I miss it, but I don't know if I want to do personal training like on my own. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Burn was just like
that perfect intro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I have a balance of crazy energy and then like
something very relaxed and chill.
So it's such a great, like you were talking about those balances. And that's what I feel like this is helping me balance.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's good.
I love that. What motivates you every single day to,
oh my gosh,
to move forward?
I've been thinking about that. What motivates me? I have so many things that motivate me. I feel like, I just think that every day there's something out there. So like if I have a negative thought or like not a great mindset,
sure,
I'm like, all right, I usually flip it off.
Do you have a name for it?
No, but I sing a song.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Jar of Hearts.
Jar of Hearts?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's such a good song. You just flip it off. Anyways, and then like I move on. I'm like, okay, you're done. I don't need you. And now I'm going to turn my energy to something else. You know what I mean? So I think that's what motivates me is like, just look for opportunities for good and don't dwell on, I mean, I'm still working on this. I'm not like a master, but if I have a negative thought or something, I usually try to see, okay, where did that come from? Oh, I know where that came from. That memory came up. Or, ooh, I'm feeling stressed about this. Okay, that's okay. I'm supposed to be stressed about it. It's all right. Pin it, move on, you know, and just kind of, so I think that's what helps me to stay motivated every day is like, all right, what's next?
Right.
And I like to be busy.
Being able to let go of it and not hold on to the stress or the anger. Have you always been that emotionally intelligent, or how did you get to that way? I know you say you're not perfect, which perfection's never the goal anyway, but seems like you're very aware of that.
I don't know if I've been through I haven't even been through like a ton of trauma. Definitely traumatic experiences.
Sure.
Another time. Remember the stories I told you about? Yeah. Lots of stories. But like, I don't know. Like, it's so weird, but sometimes I'm over here and I'm looking at myself. Do you ever do that?
I feel
almost like a third person mentality.
Analyzing yourself.
Yes. Yeah. I analyze a lot of like, okay, I see you. And I'm looking at myself like, okay, you're sad. Okay, why are you sad? Okay, well, let's fix it. And then I'm like, okay, we should. And then
have that inner dialogue with yourself.
I really do have a ton and positive self-talk and like affirmations.
That's huge.
I'm a huge believer in positive affirmations. Like that, I truly believe you will be what you think you are.
Absolutely.
So,
and you need to vocalize it because you are also what you say, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that the reality is also what you say, right? I do affirmations myself.
There's so much strength there, and then your heart will believe it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the best person to get to know is yourself.
Right.
So I'm like, just keep working on that. I feel like if we can be most in tune to ourselves, then I don't know, like you'll live your best life.
And then you can inspire others to do the same.
Right. Like find what's in your heart and like what needs mended and what do you have room for. And like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a deep thought.
It is a deep thought. It goes deeper than fitness, good. Right?
Oh, totally.
Right? It
totally.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Yeah. That you understand that and you see that in yourself and you want to, you see that in other people, I feel like too. Like,
yeah, it is weird. Yeah. It's a weird, like, I don't know if it's a strength or just like an ability, but super conscientious of what I feel from other people. There was a girl this morning at the gym. I wasn't even working, but I saw her walk in and I'm like, something a little off.
Yeah.
So I went over to her and she was doing a squat and I'm like, and she got done, we had like a rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey, are you doing okay? And
she was not doing okay.
No, like broke down into tears right there. I'm like, shoot, this is bad timing. Why did I do that? But she's like, no, it helped to like release that. I was holding on to it so much, and now I'm like, but anyways, just being in tune and with what other people are feeling.
Right.
Helps me to be in tune with how I'm feeling, I feel like.
It's a big skill. I hope you know myself, that doesn't come natural to a lot of people. I would say quite the contrary. If no one, I don't know if it was the way you were raised or your parents and how they treated you and stuff like that, or the things you've been through in your life.
Yeah,
but having that skill is I feel like sometimes rare, because a lot of times we can't see that in ourselves, but you have the ability to also see it with other people and have that sense. So I think that's a big gift.
Oh, thank you.
And you use it every day. You do.
I do. And I really feel like that's why, I love what I do, because it's that adrenaline. Like, it kind of is what motivates me to be like, okay, what do you need today? What do you need? You don't need pushed. Like, you are pushed. You just walked in. I'm not even going to ask you to do more than walking in here today.
Because you showed up.
Yeah, because it is like tough trainer. You want to be tough. I don't want people scared of me, but I want people to be like, okay, she's going to push me.
Right.
But I'm not going to push somebody over the edge too.
Right. You have a heart. You're aware of people's emotions and their feelings.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I know how hard to push.
Yeah.
Which is, because some days I want you to, push hard, right? But then, there's other days where.
Other days it's like, literally, I'm barely alive.
Exactly.
Did you ever watch Biggest Loser?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
So Jillian Michaels, remember how hard she was?
Yeah.
She pushed people so much.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I don't want to be.
Don't want to be Jillian Michaels, but also don't want to be like, just like, all right, guys, you can do it. No, it's like, I think there's a very good balance between that dictator-esque energy as a trainer, like, bad high school coach trainer, kind of thing. And then someone who like,
don't worry.
I was going to say,
I had my fair share.
Yeah. Or someone who like, trains at Vasa. Oops, no offense. Right? It's like,
no, but it's just different.
Come on. Yeah, they are different.
It's different. And I think that's what's cool about Burn is like, we know, I don't know. It's just like, there's a huge impact there. I think about it. Like, if I have 45 people in my first one, 35 people in the next, like, I go home and I'm like, wow, I just like was with 100 people.
Wow.
And felt their energy and saw them accomplish something. And dang, it lifts me.
It inspires you.
Totally.
It inspires you. It's like,
I'm like,
to do
why
more.
Would I not want to be around these people?
I love that.
I
love that.
It's kind of cool. The numbers are, whereas like if I was a trainer at Vasa, I'm just saying, how many clients could I see in a day?
Probably not a lot. Yeah, maybe. And that would be like a full day, right? Yeah. So you want to make
it a lot more fun.
You're passionate about making a big impact.
Yes.
In people's lives, even if it's just one little part of their life, right? Totally. What advice would you give someone who's feeling unmotivated to go to the gym, to wake up, maybe emotionally, mentally they're not there? Mm-hmm. What's some advice you'd give someone?
I would say, this is what I tell myself, because even myself, I have my unmotivated times.
Sure.
I always say, well, you have to wake up eventually. Mm-hmm. Said you can't sleep all day. So what, you're going to get an extra hour of sleep? Like, let's go. You can do this, I would also say, it's science. Like I promise you will feel better after. Oh, and there's 7 minutes. Do you know it takes 7 minutes from like the start of you working out to actually for your brain and your body to be in connection of
and realize
actually working
when
out.
You're actually warmed up and you're like mind body moving.
So I always tell people when they're like, I had clients like back in the day at the gym, be like, I just don't feel up to this, 5 minutes in. I'm like, 2 more minutes. Come on, just give me 2 more minutes. We're almost 7 minutes. And it takes 7 minutes to usually like.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
And so I have the 7-minute rule. I'm like, if you really don't feel like, okay, this motor's starting, I'm good to stay after 7 minutes, then chances are you do need something else. Let's go talk about it.
Right.
Do you need to just lay down? Are you thirsty? I don't know. So I'm always like, get moving at least for 7 minutes.
Right.
And then reassess.
Right.
And that's usually anyone can move for 7 minutes.
Right.
I'm always like,
Yeah, totally.
anybody can move. So someone that's unmotivated too, I would say, what is your why?
That's big. I think that's really big.
Because that'll determine
Your purpose.
your purpose.
Yeah, what's your purpose? That's what drives you, right?
Yeah. So, and then, those are the things that I would start with. And maybe find a buddy.
Find a buddy.
Accountability.
It's always good to do with people. I feel like anything physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, like you can't do it. You can't do this alone. It helps a lot more when you've got people by your side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Totally. Oh,
right.
Love that.
Yeah.
After one of my babies, I remember I hired a trainer, and here I am a trainer. Like I needed somebody to be like,
yeah, okay,
let's get serious now,
right. Right.
So everybody could use an accountability partner. So those are the things would that motivate you?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, I mean, there was no right or wrong answer.
Okay, good. I'm like, are you feeling motivated now? No,
I am. I do though.
Oh,
no, you're very good.
Good.
No, but I think that's what it should be. You got to figure out your why, your purpose, and let that, carry you. Cause it's not about being perfect either.
No.
Every day you wake up and it's a new day, right? It's a new battle. Right. It's a new struggle, whatever. And then there's days that you wake up feeling incredible. I just try to focus on having more of those days than others, and I feel like taking care of yourself physically, mentally, all that is what's going to help you feel better.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I've always had a rule too with myself. I don't take more than 2 days off in a row.
Smart.
And that helps me. So if I don't work out on Saturday, don't feel bad that I'm not working out on Sunday. But on Monday, I better start.
It's time to go.
So if I work out on Saturday and I don't work out on Sunday, it's okay if I don't feel like it on Monday. Like I just never take more than 2 days off in a row. And that's been my, that's been for years and years. And that helps me.
Yeah.
And kind of be like, okay.
It's a standard you've set for yourself.
There's a standard. And it's worked for me.
Right.
I do think rest is important.
Rest is essential. Sleep is essential.
It is.
But
you could go off on sleep.
Oh, I could go off on sleep. Oof. Yeah.
Sleep is so important.
No, I've realized that. I always say your morning starts the night before.
It does.
It does. If you don't have a sleep routine, you're not going to have a morning routine.
No. Oh, you're just existing.
Like, and I've been there.
Sleep is so important. So it's good to be in tune where you're like, no, and I'm not going to feel bad about it.
Right.
Like I missed my workout and I'm taking a rest day.
Totally.
And be happy in it. Don't be like, dang it, you loser.
Right.
You're falling off the wagon. Look at you.
It's easy to focus on what you're not doing versus what you are,
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Well, you are super inspiring, Cyd.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, you're like the coolest person I've ever met.
Oh, thank you.
I love that.
Awesome.
I appreciate you and the difference you've made in my life because you have made a change in my life. And like I said, even it's something small as far as even as small as just pushing me to be better at the gym, doing that extra high box jump, it bleeds over into the other aspects of my life. So it is impactful what you do. I hope you know that a lot of people feel the same way. It's not just me.
Oh, thank you.
So
it's awesome. We're around good people.
They are good people. Well, I appreciate you being here.
Oh my gosh. I am so happy.
This was great. I love chatting and we should chat some more.
Anytime.
Outside of the gym, not in sweaty clothes.
Totally. Nah.
Absolutely. Where can the people find you if they want to interact with you or?
Oh my gosh. You can just find me on Instagram.
Or find her at Burn Bootcamp.
Yeah, Burn Bootcamp, for sure. What are we? Is it Burn Bootcamp Highland?
Highland.
I don't even.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yep. Find me there. I'm usually there most days except Wednesday. I have Wednesdays off, and I get bored because I'm not there, but it's fine. I need my day off, you know?
It's important. Rest days. Absolutely.
And we're going to have a guys workout there.
A guy's
We
workout
have
day.
to.
Yeah. I'll lead it. Tell me how to do it.
I'm
Well, not
serious.
like lead it. No, you can lead
No,
it.
but that would be awesome.
But
Like
I can co-lead it.
Yes. Yeah. You'll be the announcer at the beginning.
Okay.
Like, welcome.
We got to
I'm
get
glad
guys
you're
there then.
here.
We got to promote
Be
this.
so-
I'd be down. Let me know. I'm serious.
You got my wheels moving. Okay.
Let's do it. We'll talk.
All right.
I'm down.
I love it.
Let's make it happen.
Okay. That'd be awesome.
Thanks, Cyd. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Thanks for listening to the Mindset with Mako podcast, sponsored by Mako Real Estate LLC. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review. And if you know someone with an amazing story to share, DM me on Instagram at AdrianMako_Utah Realtor. Until next time, remember, if you want to change your life, you must first change your mindset.